This is my camp at McGowan Island Campground. How good is this with the sunset? How good a spot is this on the beach? I was going to go for a walk and watch the sunset, but I'm thinking this ain't a bad spot right here where I'm camped. How's that for a view right from my caravan? Decided to go for a bit of a walk today, exploring. So the wind is starting to pick up. Quite calm this morning. The camp is over that way, and there's a nice little beach in here. So apparently at low tide you can walk out to McGowan Island there, but you don't want to get stuck out there. Anyway, I'm not going out there today, that's for sure. So when I arrived here, this place was wall-to-wall caravans. It sort of looked like a caravan park in a way. They were just sort of one on top of the other. And now it is empty here. But yeah, what a difference a few days makes. It looks like a nice spot over here, but I reckon you get a bit more wind, a bit more exposed than down where I am. Hi there, so how many years have we had our drone? And until a month or so ago, it had about 20 minutes flight time. Anyway, with it we bought the extra pack with a few goodies in there and memory card and so on. And it also came with a polarizing lens, which I have finally put on. So hopefully we'll get a bit better footage over the ocean and water and so on. Also, we got a glass protection, tempered glass. There's two of them in there actually. So I've done the wet wipe, the dry wipe, and look how dirty it was. Put this glass protection on here, so nice and clean and shiny at the moment. So hopefully that'll protect it. And look at this. Got me bracket on there for the strap, so I can hang it around my neck and look professional. So that just clips in like that, so easy. Looks like I might know what I'm doing. Oh, been productive today. Only took 3.5 years. We'll get a bit more usage out of this thing. I'm going to head out to see the Pago Ruins today. It's a site of an old mission that was later moved to Kalumburu. So we'll go out and have a look. Apparently the road in there is fairly slow, so they said to allow about 3 hours. So looks okay this stage, but I'm guessing it's going to get worse. Anyway, I'll go and see what it's all about. Yeah, it's got pretty narrow at times and sandy, and it's the first time I've driven with my mirrors in. So Sago's saying something, and it's just a bit sandy in places. I can see where other people have been stuck, but questioning myself whether I should be out here by myself. But yeah, I don't think there's anything that letting the tyres down and Max trucks wouldn't be able to get out of. So Looks like the remains of some old buildings here. Pago Ruins. Not that you can see a lot left, but yeah, this is where the mission was. Just coming back from the Pagan Ruins, I've probably been through some of the worst of it, but this is a better part of the track where I can do a bit of filming. Yeah, don't expect to get through without scratching your Juco. Got the mirrors in again. Bit of an angle through here. A few scratching noises. And I just had a couple of boats coming the other way. Not in the water, being towed by capable four-wheel drives. That was surprising to see on this road, I'll say. Well, I've had my second blowout on the Gibb. 3 flat tyres and 2 pairs of footwear. I thought these Archies weren't supposed to break, but they've been pretty good. Just had a bit of a slip on the rock there. Just going to take a photo and just, yep, snap the whole thing. So lucky I've got a pair of Tevas in the car to wear. Bumpy. I think my car's going to need a bit of a buff when I get back to Melbourne. I've got a few pinstripes that didn't have before, that's for sure. Oh dear. That was a new car when I left. The car is being used for what it's made for. But yeah, I'll be sad that it's a bit scratched. But hopefully it'll all buff out. How good is the view from here? This is just next to my camp. Watching the sunset. Gonna try and get up real early in the morning and go fishing. I've got to go fishing before I leave here. Kind of embarrassing that I haven't already. And there she goes. It's near 5:30 in the morning and looking calm out there. A few people out there fishing already on the rocks. So I'm going to give it a go. So I've got the old wild country rod reel combo with some hook sinkers and some swivels there. So I'm going to set the line up, see if I can actually get out there and maybe try and catch a fish. That's what everyone else is doing up here. About time I did it and see how it went. So I haven't had any luck with the fishing yet. Lost a couple of hooks, so there's a couple of big ones out there, but their teeth were sharper than my line. Didn't have a tracer on it. Anyway, it is a nice view out here. Can't stay too much longer though, because I've got to move on. So up here you'll hear a lot of people talking about Honeymoon Bay and McGowan's. Which one to stay at? Like some prefer one, some prefer the other. Basically when I went into McGowan's, it was feeling a bit like a caravan park, wall-to-wall caravans. But by the time I've left, places pretty much empty, or, you know, almost anyway. In a nutshell, McGowan's is more like sort of caravan park. You're closer together. There's toilets, 3 toilet shower sort of facilities there, nice and clean every day. Whereas Honeymoon Bay, you've got the beautiful beach there. Nice beach at McGowan's, of course, and sunsets. But Honeymoon Bay, the facilities aren't as good. Like I don't think there's any lights in the toilets for nighttime. You can heat up the water if you want to light a fire. Cold showers at McGowan's, but they're actually warm enough. Let's say Honeymoon Bay is more of a bush camp sort of setting. You can camp miles sort of away from anyone if you want to go all the way down the other end of the beach there. There's some more secluded sort of spots. So I guess that's it. So they're both different. Depends what you're wanting. More of a private sort of rustic setting. McGowan's is more sort of closer together, although there's not too many people there now, but in the busy time you'll be like camped next to each other. Anyway, if you're up this way, go visit both of them. Time for me to hit the road and get through those corrugations. They were pretty bad on the way in. From here down to Honeymoon Bay isn't quite as bad, not so much traffic I guess. Heading into town, do some shopping, and then set up camp, go look at some waterfalls maybe. Cheers. So I'm at the Kalumburu Mission. I've parked the caravan in the caravan park behind there. Just having a little look around. It says there's an information centre over there. There's a guy sitting out the front. There's a shop, local police, healthcare centre. That's what they call a grotto over there. Oh, the other thing, you can get fuel here between 8 and 10 a.m. on Wednesdays and Saturdays. That's the only time, 2 hours. Then diesel is $3.75 a litre. So I don't need to fill up here, thankfully. It's kind of expensive. This is Wongala Falls. Obviously no water coming down there at the moment, so don't think it's worth going to the top. I'm not swimming in there either because I'm by myself, but there's apparently no crocodiles here. Looks pretty nice. Would have been a bit nicer an hour or two earlier to see the light on the rocks a bit more, but still pretty good. So Wongala waterfall is up there, and apparently you can get to the top of it. I didn't see a track, and it looks like quite a cliff. So thought, well, okay, that is what the drone is for. So yeah, I think climbing up there would be classed as doing stupid shit, so we'll give it a fly and see what it looks like up there. So I'm driving down the road heading south from Kalumburu, and I thought, oh, how lucky am I that I haven't had a flat tyre on this road. Thinking I've only got a couple of k's to go until I'm stopping for lunch, and I think that's the last of the really rough stuff. And yeah, what happens? My tyre pressure monitoring system tells me I got a leak, low pressure. Now, because I've been sitting here, the tyre is completely flat. Got the compressor out and put some more air in the tyres just to get me down to a better spot to pull over. Anyway, I'd left my tyre pressure monitoring system on the tyre and driven off. So anyway, I had to walk a couple of 100 metres back up there, and lucky I found it. Just followed my tracks and found it on the road. So thankful for that I found it in hopefully working order. I'm going to make myself some lunch before I pump that back up again and then change the tyre. And hopefully the spare with all the plugs in will get me down the road. And I've got about 200 k's to go to where I can get a new tyre if I need one. So tyre is fixed. Let's keep an eye on it and see if that slow leak stays a slow leak. The spare, I managed to put 3 plugs in it, and it seemed to stem the flow of air coming out, so it's still got a slow leak in it, so I'll keep an eye on that. And hopefully Yeah, might be able to put another plug in it. It might be usable for a spare. That's what I said about this tyre. So yeah, anyway, we'll see how we go. Yes. Another casualty of the Gibb River Road is my phone holder snapped off. But lucky I've got a second one there. It doesn't work quite as well as the other one, but better than nothing. What's going on here with this fan? I'm guessing that should be an easy fix, but just come adrift. Yeah, another little thing that happened yesterday was underbody protection. Took a bit of a hammering there. We dropped down into a creek bed and hit a large rock. I didn't see it, so anyway, just that's what it's meant for. Oh, yesterday, due to my flat tyre and other circumstances, I only made it about 15 k's down the road to Carson River. And good news, I guess, this morning is the tyre looks a little down, but doesn't look too bad. So I'll put a bit of air on that and check out the pressure and hopefully hit the road soon. Beautiful morning here, another 37 degrees today, I believe. So yeah, so I just saw this sign on the side of the road well after I went through the river crossing. So you think it'd be a bit handier if it was close to the river, but anyway. This is just part of the Kalumburu Road. There's no sort of warning sign that these washouts and that are coming. Just gotta slow down. They can get on you real quick sometimes. So the tyre pressure monitoring system's gone off again. It started at 24 psi and went for about a minute, and then it stopped and went down to 23 and it's beeping again. So I just found a better place to pull over, and I'll just put some more air in that tyre and hope that tow truck driver was right, that drive it, get some heat onto it, let it go flat, pump it up again, and hopefully it'll be lasting a bit more than half an hour. But yeah, it's got me down the road a bit, which is I guess a good thing. On this section of road, the freezer came open 3 times, so I've put this little strap here, at least that'll stop stuff falling out. But anyway, so far all good. I don't normally worry about putting the step out. I thought I would. Now it won't go back up. Got to figure out a manual way of doing this because I haven't done it yet. That's kind of annoying. Seems there's power there because it went out, still trying to go out, but won't go back in. Oh well. Can I say, on the other caravan we chose not to have an electric step for this reason. There's just more stuff to go wrong. It's kind of proved me right. It's stuck, not working. So I've taken, with a bit of help from Steve, taken the step off completely and put it in a bag, put it in the tunnel boot. I've come back here, tried the switch again. I've pressed the reset many times, and guess what? Now it's working. What the heck's going on there? Some air in the tyres, but it actually seems to be leaking worse than it was before. So I'll try and drive down to the next rest stop, and I'll leave the I've got a hose in the back here, so leave the compressor and the puncture repair kit in there. Make it a bit easier to get to rather than opening up the back all the time. See if I can get a few more k's down the road to the next rest stop and check it again. Not having a great day on the Gibb today. My mirrors don't stay out, they just keep vibrating further out, so I've left them in, which is okay because I've got a narrow caravan, so I don't legally need them. In the corner here, got these lights that keep flashing constantly on this side for some reason. looked in the rear view mirror, my tyre's hanging out. Spare tyre. So the bracket that holds it in there is snapped off. You can see just there, it's actually completely snapped off. So, yeah, not good. So I've got to figure out either I've got to take the tyre off, maybe put it on the roof. Maybe I might try this strap and see if I can work out a way of tying that back first. Oh dear. And that doesn't end there. I did accidentally do a 5-point turn earlier and reversed into something and kind of bent my jerry can holder. I don't know what I hit. I think there was a rock sticking out or something on the side of the road. One was reversing and didn't see it, but yeah, what else can go wrong? We'll try and get this one fixed and then pump my tyre up again. I'm having to stop seems about every 10 minutes and pump that up, so it's going to be a long, slow trip. I've got that kind of tied up there. It's not perfect, but we'll see if it gets me to Drysdale Station. I don't feel like I'm having a good day today, but I think I'm doing better than this guy did. I haven't got a step at the moment to get in here. Up I go. Just wanted to see the batteries, for some reason, not charging from the car. So I don't know what's going on there. I'll check the plug. I'm only on 60%, which was what I was on this morning. And I did put the solar blanket out at lunchtime when I stopped as well, so I'll just go and check the connections and come back and have another look. Yeah, so I've got the car running and not showing any power coming in from the car, so I'm not sure what's going on there. So I've checked all the connections with the car, they seem fine. Anyway, see if I can figure that one out. I thought I was being clever, just putting tape along the bottom of the freezer because I thought, oh, it's not too big, but it has come adrift and dropped. So it looks like I'll just another thing to add to the list. I must have closed the window properly, obviously, and it is caked in dust. Oh, have I got a job for me? Okay, I'll step out of the van in the step that I don't have, and of course now it's working. This probably isn't the best place to pull up and camp tonight, but yeah, I was just sick of stopping every 5 minutes and pumping up my tyre, and it's actually probably not very far to the Drysdale River, which would have been a much nicer spot. Or I was aiming for Drysdale Station, which is probably it's only another 10 k's down the road, I reckon. But yeah, I just had enough of stopping all the time, and it would have been nice to go in there and have a hot shower and see if I can get my tyres fixed early in the morning. Anyway, I'll go and set up and start cleaning up the caravan, I guess. Got to be done. After driving for, I think, over 9 hours today to do 180 kilometres with lots of stops to pump my tyre up. Wasn't too bad in the beginning, but it just got worse and worse, and I think the plugs were pretty much coming out. I've set myself up in the bush here, pretty much. In hindsight, I probably should have driven another 5 or 6 k's to Drysdale Station and been there nice and early to get my tyres sorted and a few other issues. But here I am, looking forward to having a hot shower tonight, I reckon, and clean up the van a bit and get myself sorted and hopefully get up fairly early in the morning and drive that last few k's into Drysdale Station, and hopefully they've got a couple of tyres for me. Second-hand ones will be okay. Anyway, let's do it. So one of my 4 fans was working when I got into the caravan. The others actually have just got, it's just an easy fix. These just pop back on. As I'd expect with a bit of travelling on rough roads, this has come loose. I'm going to tighten that again. It's been rubbing on here. Yeah, it's probably a bit late and I should be in bed, but I've been investigating under here. I see these brackets that are holding the batteries in have come loose. So the inverter's got actually nothing holding the inverter in except the wires. I found these screws and bits and pieces lying around in there, so I'm thinking maybe those 2 screws were down there and that's what was holding the inverter in. Not going to do very good on the rough roads. Unfortunately, I got my dinner ready, put on a plate, put it in the microwave. Unfortunately, microwave does not work anymore. It's sad. I checked the PowerPoint's working, but no microwave. Just I went and put my dinner on a plate and everything. Thought I'd have an easy meal tonight. It's been one of those days.